Hello and welcome into Cassell Coliseum here on Blacksburg, Virginia, home of the Virginia Tech Hokies, and today we've got some ACC women's basketball for you. Tonight we got the Virginia Tech Hokies and the visiting second-ranked undefeated NC State Wolfpack. Hello everybody, welcome into the broadcasting booth. I am Nick Brown, joined along by my partner today, Shelton Moss. And Shelton, it's going to be a good one tonight. These two teams met 4 days ago, and they showed that it can be a good one.
Right. Tech lost a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter at NC State. Wolfpack came back, won by 2 points. This is a matchup with a lot of star power. You got Asia Shepard for the Hokies, set the all-time three-point record for Virginia Tech with 270 made three-pointers against the Wolfpack back on Sunday. She's averaging 19 points a game. And then the other side for NC State, a team that kind of does it by committee, but you still got some star talent there, led by Kayla Jones, 14 points and 7 rebounds per game, shooting over 50% from three. So lots of really good players in this matchup. It should be a pretty high-scoring affair.
Yeah, NC State missed their big in the middle, Alyssa Cunane, last year, first team All-ACC. She missed the game on Sunday against the Hokies, and that allowed Elizabeth Kitley for Virginia Tech to go off for 30 points. She again misses tonight. Elizabeth Kitley will look to go back-to-back with big games.
Yeah, and Cunane for the Wolfpack is in the COVID protocol situation right now, so she is traveling with the team, but she will not play, and we'll see when she does come back. But for the Hokies, like you said, Kitley had a big game against the Wolfpack, 30 points, 13 rebounds. She's the only player in the ACC this year with multiple 30-plus point games. So I feel like that kind of just shows you, how good she's been. And without Cunane to really be a defensive presence down there on the block, she should have another pretty big game.
She also comes in with 10 double-doubles on the season, along with one last Sunday versus NC State. NC State's got a big matchup on Monday versus number 1 Louisville. Both the teams undefeated as of today. If Virginia Tech pulls off the upset, that will give NC State's first loss of the game. NC State does not want to be looking forward to that huge matchup on Monday because Virginia Tech, even though they're 7-7, has been in literally every single game that they have lost, and they're a dangerous team when they're hot.
That's right. I mean, we know this team has really talented players. They're 0-6 in games decided by 6 points or less. They're 7-1 in all other games. So really for the Hokies, it's not a matter of talent. It's just a matter of executing in those late game situations because they've had the lead in so many games this year. They just have not been able to close it out in the fourth quarter. So if the Hokies can, do what they did last game and finally close out one in the final minutes, again, it just comes down to execution. Don't turn over the basketball and make your shots. That's really what it comes down to.
We're going to step aside here for the national anthem here in Cassell Coliseum. When you come back, it's the number 2 NC State Wolfpacks and the homestanding Virginia Tech Hokies here on 3304 Sports. Welcome back here into Cassell Coliseum on the campus of Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia, for tonight's matchup between the second-ranked NC State Wolfpack and the homestanding Virginia Tech Hokies. Shelton Moss will be right here with you for the starting lineups for tonight.
Yeah, so for the Hokies, going to go with their usual starting 5 this year. Be Georgia Amore at point guard. She is 5'5" out of Australia, averaging 10.4 points per game this season. Asia Shepard gets to start at the 2 guard, 5'9" senior, averaging 18.9 points per game, leading the team in three-pointers made with 54 and leading the nation. Kayla King starting at the 3 spot, sophomore guard, wearing number 22, averaging a shade over 9 points per contest, hit 4 3-pointers against the Wolfpack back on Sunday. Azana Baines gets the start at the 4 position for the Hokies, 6'1", sophomore, averaging 4.6 points and 5.1 rebounds this season. Also had 8 rebounds against the Wolfpack. And rounding out the starting 5 for Kenny Brooks and the Hokies, Elizabeth Kitley, wearing number 33 in maroon, sophomore center, 6'5", 18.4 points per game, leads the team shooting 57% from the floor, had 30 points and 13 rebounds against the Wolfpack on Sunday for another double-double.
And for the NC State Wolfpack, number 2, Arena Perez, the transfer from Cal State Fuller. Number 3, Kai Crutchfield, the senior guard from Raleigh, North Carolina. Number 11, Jakia Brown Turner, the 6'6" sophomore. She had her career high 23 points versus Virginia Tech on Monday. Kayla Jones, number 25, the senior forward. She had 22 points against the Hokies as well on Sunday. And rounding out at the center position for the Wolfpack, number 41, Camille Hobby, the 6'1 sophomore. It's going to be a good one tonight. Virginia Tech at home, wearing their maroon striped in white with orange lettering and white numbers. And the NC State Wolfpack wearing their alternate gray uniform striped in black with red numbers and red lettering. The band is back in for Virginia Tech. The cheerleading, the Hokie Bird. A few students managed to get their way into the game tonight. A pretty good crowd today for COVID restrictions and all.
Yeah, very good crowd. Nice to see the Heidi Tighties back, the band's back, and some Cassell Guard students also back. So a little bit more of a lively atmosphere than what we've seen in the past.
Good energy tonight as number 25, Kayla Jones and Kitley will square off at mid-court for the tip. Kitley's got 4 inches on her. Ball is bounced a few times, ball up in the air. Kitley tips it up, and Amore will come away with it, crossing the timeline from left to right. Left wing, Azana Baines holding it on her hip, dribbles a few times, top of the key, now right wing Shepard. Right corner, Moore drives in, spin away, kicks to Baines, almost lost it, dribbles a few times down the lane, hook shot off the mark, no good, rebounded by Jones. Outlet pass to Crutchfield. Crutchfield, right wing, guarded by Shepard. 2 3-point shooters on each other. Now, top of the key, Perez, the transfer from Cal State Fullerton. Amore, the freshman, guarding the 5th-year senior. Rana Perez, jump shot from the right elbow, no good, rebounded by Amore. In the outlet we go for the Hokies. Amore drops it off for Shepard, gives it right back to Amore, left wing. Baines, left wing, dumps it down low for Kitley, give and go action. Baines cocks back a 3, and it's off the rim. Ball tipped around and finally taken away by Camille Hobby.
NC State, a very good rebounding team, so you're not going to get a ton of second chance opportunities against this team.
Camille Hobby, right wing now for the Wolfpack, hands it off to Brown Turner, drives down the lane, off of Amore, floater no good, rebounded by Amore, rips it away from Camille Hobby, who has a solid 6 or 7 inches on her. Amore uses the screen from Kitley, swings it around Shepard in the left corner, gets a screen from Baines, double team, Baines finds herself open, kicks out Amore, wide open right wing 3, and it's nothing but nylon, in the first points of the game coming the way of a 3 for the Hokies.
Yeah, Amore, she's been struggling a little bit shooting-wise over the past few games, but she's still 42% from 3 on the season. If you leave her that wide open, she's going to make you pay for it.
3-0 is your score, 8:20 to go. Right wing, Perez in the corner. Now for Crutchfield, back Perez and Brown Turner over to Crutchfield. Dribbles once, pump fake, drives out. And good defense by the Hokies. Forces the ball outside the bell. Pull-up jumper by Crutchfield. It's 18 feet and off the mark. Camille got the rebound, and a foul is going to be called on the Hokies. It's going to be on Elizabeth Kitley. That's going to be her first foul of the game and the first foul for either team in the contest.
Yeah, give credit there to Camille Hobby, standing at 6'1" for the Wolfpack. Just kind of came in there. She was actually double teamed, but she managed to get good positioning and come in high for that rebound and drew the foul.
Perez under her own basket to inbound, swings it out to Crutchfield, left wing, Shepard on her. Crutchfield brings over top of the key, swings it back over to Brown Turner. Brown Turner working on Kayla King, takes it right back out. Down low for Hobby. Hobby backing down Kitley, puts up a turnaround jumper, and it's through. 3-2 is the score as Wolfpack are finally on the board.
I think Kitley could have been a little bit stronger on that contest, but that was still a pretty good turnaround jump hook from Hobby right there.
Hobby averaging 3.6 a game, already has 2. Baines drives in for the Hokies, spin move, tough layup, it's through. Good move by Baines to shake and bake her way down the lane and in for the score.
Yeah, got to the rim, a little fadeaway hook shot. You don't see it too much, but that was a really nice finish at the rim. Hokies lead 5-2.
Perez hands it off to Crutchfield, who drives in, kicks out. Brown Turner cocks back a 3 of her own off the mark, rebounded by Camille Hobby. Good handoff to Brown Turner, who missed a 3 on the same possession, but she puts it through, and it's 5-4, 7 minutes to go. Hokies still lead by 1.
Yeah, the Wolfpack are too good for you to give them second chance opportunities. Can't give them extra possessions here.
Camille Hobby with 2 rebounds a game, already at her season average. Amore at the top of the key, working on Perez, feeds Shepard, who down low to Kitley. Double teamed immediately, Baines in the paint, draws a foul, and she will go to the line. Excuse me, it's going to be on the floor. It's her first personal on. Inbounds, Kitley, open shot, no good. Tipped around, Camille with the rebound, and now bringing it up the court is Kayla Jones. She had 22 points against the Hokies on Sunday earlier this week. Camille Hobby, right wing, pulls a three. It's deep and off the mark. Rebounded by Baines. She doesn't shoot a lot from behind the arc, but when she does, she's 44% from downtown.
Yeah, that one might have a little bit rushed, though. I think that was not the shot that Westmore wanted.
Top of the key, Baines down low. Kitley, she's double teamed immediately. Left block fadeaway. It's denied by Camille Hobby. Good rejection there for the Wolfpack. In transition, Brown Turner kicks out corner. Perez takes an 18-footer, and it's pure. 6-5 with 6 minutes to go. Wolfpack with their first lead of the game at 1.
Points in transition. NC State got that ball down the court really quick. Passed the ball really well over to Crutchell to hit that baseline jumper.
Shepard, top of the key, gets 2 screens, pulls up a three, no good. She broke the three-point record for school history for Virginia Tech against the Wolfpack last Sunday. Reina Perez, right wing, stopped by Amore. Down low for Hobby. Hobby guarded by Kitley. Working on Kitley as Hobby. She goes up, tough layup, and it's through. Hobby with a quick 4 points in the first quarter, already over her season average at 3.6 a game.
Now, what makes this NC State team so good is her depth. No Alyssa Cunane, but Camille Hobby was able to come in and play very effectively. She finished nice at the rim right there, and she's got 4 points in the afternoon. She's playing very well.
She had 9 points against the Hokies on Sunday. A foul is going to be on Crutchfield, and it will be Virginia Tech basketball on their own end. King to inbound it to Amore. She does. Moore takes it to the VT at midcourt. Now left wing, hands off to Shepard. King over to right. Kitley thought about the three, didn't shoot it. Baines top of the key, looks to direct the traffic, finds Amore left wing. Shepard pump fake down low. Kitley double teamed. Ball tipped around and comes away with it as Kayla Jones. Pushing the fast break, 3-on-3. Beautiful pass to Perez. She goes up for 2. She's fouled, and she will shoot a pair at the line.
This Wolfpack team is really quick in transition. They get the ball down so quickly. I mean, if you're the Hokies, if there's a live ball change of possession, you got to get back immediately because they're going to make you pay for it on that transition break, and they did right there.
That foul will draw an official timeout on the court. When you come back, Virginia Tech trailing the visiting second-ranked Wolfpack 8-5 here in Cassell Coliseum. Welcome back to Cassell Coliseum. The Virginia Tech Hokies hosting the second-ranked NC State Wolfpack and some ACC women's basketball. NC State with the lead 8-5. Perez will shoot 2 free throws once the Wolfpack break the huddle. Fast break for the Wolfpack has been deadly against the Hokies thus far in the first quarter. 4:56 remains in this game, in this first quarter.
Yeah, for whatever reason, on the stats, they don't have any fast break points, but I think that's a little bit misleading. They're getting the ball down quickly, and I think they're catching the Hokies a little bit off guard. But you saw Camille Hobby. I mean, she's doing really well. She's battling with Elizabeth Kitley in the paint, and so far she's winning that battle, at least on the offensive end for her. Some nice spin around jump hooks. I mean, she's finishing very well. And again, we talk about the depth of this NC State team, why they're so good. They don't have Cunane, who's one of the best players in the conference, if not the country, but they're still able to play effectively in the post because of players like Camille Hobby.
Perez at the line. Lead is 8-5. Perez's first makes it 9-5, and the largest lead of the game is now 4. Reina Perez transferred from Northern Arizona to Cal State Fullerton and now to the Wolfpacks as she buries both free throws, doubling the Hokies' score 10-5. 4:55 to go as Amore crosses the timeline from left to right. Amore, right wing, gets a screen from Baines, picks up her dribble, and Shepard now back to Amore. Amore jab step, gets a screen from Baines, gives it back. Baines pump fakes, kicks out. Amore, King, right wing, now corner, Shepard. Kitley in the post. Passed out of the double team. Baines goes up for 2, and it's through as Anna Baines with 4 points early in the first quarter.
Yeah, one thing Kitley struggled a little bit with this season is passing out of double teams, but she was really good right there. Got the ball quickly out of that double team over to Baines for the layup.
Did just what she needed to do in the corner. Perez pump fakes, gets by Amore, draws a double team in the paint, kicks out Kayla Jones for 3, and it's bottomed out. Kayla Jones had 22 points versus the Hokies on Sunday. And tonight she gets her first point of the game from the left wing. Amore top of the key, Shepard left wing. Shepard back to Amore, guarded by Perez, and King cocks back a three and responds left wing as well. She says, you can do it, I can do it even better, as that was 3 feet longer than Jones. Jones left wing, now Turner Brown. Turner, drives in, kicks out. Number 3, Crutchfield, left wing. Over Perez, right corner. Shepard up in the air, gives it down low. Camille Hobby works on Kitley. She's got 6, and so far she has dominated Kitley in that post.
Yeah, now 6 points on 3-4 shooting. Pretty good so far, but she's just so effective scoring. And Kitley, I think, needs to play a little bit more in that contest. Get a little bit more in her face.
Shepard left wing, down low. Kitley out to Amore. She's left open for 3. It's off the back of the rim. Rebound, Kitley over the double team and through. That layup's as easy as they come. And the lead is trimmed to 3 with 3:06 to go.
Yeah, using all 6 for 5 of that frame. I mean, she really went up and got that rebound over 2 NC State players.
Perez breezes by the double team and scoops it up and in with ease. That's even easier than Kitley's layup, as that was a layup line right there.
Yeah, that was just a blow by. Using that quickness to get past the defender is easy layup.
Amore on the other end tries to respond. Perez rips down the rebound and pushes the pace. 3-on-3 action. Her pass goes out of bounds. Good transition defense by the Hokies to close off Perez.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. You know, earlier in this quarter, Hokies were getting burned in transition, but that time they got back. Nice contest there by Georgia Amore, keeping that body on the driving Perez, forced her into that turnover out of bounds, now Hokies ball. So they got back on defense, and that was able to save them 2 points.
First substitution made of the game for either team, as Deja Gregg will check in for Azana Baines. Baines had 4 points in her first 5 minutes. Kitley right wing. Now Gregg top of the key. Amore holds it at her waist. Shepard top of the key. Back over. Good ball moving by the Hokies. Leads to an open 3 by King, and it's through. Lead trimmed to 2, 17-15, 2:15 remaining in the first quarter. Reina Perez crosses the timeline, and now the VT feeds over to Kayla Jones left wing. Directs traffic from that spot, gets a screen from Camille Hobby, gets around it, goes through, turns it over. Shepard comes away with it. One-on-one action. Shepard Euro stepping her way past Perez, couldn't tie the game. Ball tipped out of the hands of Brown Turner by King, but it comes in the way for NC State. Brown Turner left wing, now left corner Jones. Down low, Camille Hobby pump fakes Kitley in her grill. Camille Hobby has to kick out now. Jones gets around the screen, pulls up an elbow jumper. Nope, off the backboard and a little strong. Amore will guide the Hokies offense as she crosses the timeline from left to right. Hands off Shepard, feeds over to King. Kitley right wing, she shoots the 3, and she missed that one. She's 2 for 5 on the season, now 2 for 6.
Yeah, I think there's a reason that she was left open there. She's not a big threat to hit that 3 ball, so couldn't hit there, but still, Hokies doing very well offensively moving the ball.
17-15, NC State leading the Hokies. 1 minute to go. Camille Hobby in the paint, turnaround jumper through. Up and over Kitley, and Hobby is giving her the work.
Yeah, nothing you can do there. That was just a really good shot. Fadeaway jumper, that's impossible to contest.
Georgia Amore guarded by Perez, top of the key, feeds Shepard in the left corner. Shepard only 1 shot off in the game, now 2 as her layup goes a little strong. Perez brings it up for the Wolfpack, looks to feed Jones in the paint, she does. Gregg on her in the paint, Jones bullies her way in, layup, no, little strong, ball tipped around. Open Perez for 3 from the left wing, nope, rebound Jones. That long rebound is deadly. 23 seconds to go in the first quarter. Reina Perez will guide the Wolfpack offense from the VT at midcourt. Wipes her shoes off. 15 seconds to go now on the game clock. 8 to go on the shot clock. Perez guarded by King. Gets a screen from Jones. Gregg on her. Finds Jones open for 3. It's no good, and it's an air ball. And Hokies thought it was an air ball. It looked like it hit the rim, and Gregg's going to be called for a travel.
Yeah, I don't know if did that ball hit the rim, because if it didn't, it would be a shot clock violation, because the shot clock expired. There's only 3 seconds left, and that's what they're going to call.
An odd sequence of events.
No,
as the ref's still talking about it, they're going to give it to NC State. It looked like a shot clock violation from our angle. Refs differ with our opinion. 2 to shoot, and at the end of the first quarter, as Crutchfield missed the buzzer beater, the Hokies and Wolfpack locked in a good first quarter. NC State leading Virginia Tech here in Cassell Coliseum in Blacksburg, 19-15. You're listening to ACC Women's Hoops here on 3304 Sports. Welcome back to the ACC Women's Basketball between the second-ranked NC State Wolfpack and the home-standing Virginia Tech Hokies. Through one, NC State leading Virginia Tech 19-15. NC State will start with the ball right to left in the second quarter. It was all Camille Hobby and then some in the first quarter for NC State, dominating Elizabeth Kitley in the paint with 8 points. Left wing Perez shoots a three right out of the gates. It's way long and out of bounds. It'll be Virginia Tech basketball.
Yeah, just kind of pulled the trigger, but obviously put way too much elbow grease into it, so it was out of bounds.
A little too long there. Amore crosses the timeline, gets a screen from Kitley, feeds Shepard, who hands it right off to Herbs. Back over to Kitley, right elbow, one-on-one in the paint, bullying her way down. Jada Rice misses the shot, it was too strong, and coming away with it was Jada Boyd. NC State turns it over on the other end as Perez couldn't handle it. That's her third turnover of the games thus far.
Yeah, not a steal there for Georgia A. Moore, but she was right there playing good defense, so she kind of forced, you can say she forced a turnover a little bit there, but you know, Kitley, she's struggling a bit, 1 for 5, very high degree of difficulty on her shots. She needs to get her more involved a little bit.
Had 30 points last game. Shepard's three, let it fly, no, and the ball is going to be out of bounds off Deja Gregg. No Alyssa Cunane for the Wolfpack again tonight. As the 6'5 junior center, she was first team All-ACC last year and dominating this season with 16 points per game. Her absence allowed Kitley to drop 30 last Sunday. However, the Hokies still fell to the Wolfpack by 2. Perez drives down the lane, kicks out to Brown Turner, takes it back out to the left wing, feeds Perez in the corner. Perez down low, and an easy layup for Jada Rice is through.
Yeah, Kitley just let her get in front of her. You can't do that when you're in the post. If you let that player get an open lane to the basket, just a simple bounce pass in, and she went up and got the shot. So that was poor defense there in the paint from Kitley.
Early on, Kitley getting shoved around in the paint on the defensive side. Amore brings it to the left corner. Step back three on the way. No, and rebounded by NC State. Crutchfield crosses the timeline for the Wolfpack now at the Carillion Clinic logo on their offensive side. Feeding over to Rice, left wing, holds it high above her head. Brown Turner in the down low to Boyd. Boyd working on Gregg, kicks back out Perez. Perez guarded by Shepard. 8 to shoot on the shot clock. Good defense by the Hokies. Perez gets a screen. Double team, 4 to shoot. Tough defense by the Hokies. King pokes it away, and it's going to be out of bounds. Doesn't matter. It's a shot clock violation anyways. Virginia Tech basketball didn't even allow the Wolfpack to get a shot off on that possession.
Yeah, definitely the best defensive sequence we've seen so far from Virginia Tech. I mean, they just did not get any look, did the Wolfpack. Great contest there from Kayla King coming up to that pass and poking the ball away.
Zana Baines checks in for Elizabeth Kitley, giving Kitley her first break of the night. Moore top of the key now, right wing, guarded by Perez. Gets a screen from Gregg, doesn't use it, drives in. Good pass to Baines, and she lays it up and in. Baines with 6 points now in this contest. Moore with a beautiful feed in the paint, right wing. Now Perez. She hands it off to Crutchfield, who brings it up to the VT at midcourt. Now left wing, Moore on her tightly. Crosses her up, feeds into the corner. Brown Turner for the Wolfpack, trying to drive on King. King's there, stopping her every which way. Trying to drive baseline again. King standing strong. Now Crutchfield pulls a three. It's contested, and it's short. Rebounded by Gregg, and Moore will control the basketball for the Hokies. 21-17 is the score. Shepard open three in the corner. It's long, rebounded by the Wolfpack. Perez crosses the timeline. Deep pass, and it's denied, but a foul is probably going to be called on Shepard, and it is, as she came flying in at the last second and hacked Jada Rice in transition.
Really helter-skelter pace here. NC State goes in transition, and that was probably a smart foul from Asia Shepard. She came in, kind of smacked the ball away, but she clearly got hand. Don't want to give Jada Rice 2 free points, make her earn it at the free throw line.
Rice is the right person to foul, 0 for 8 on the season, as she makes it 0 for 9 now.
He didn't jinx her there. I was surprised. I thought that was going to go in.
Broadcaster jinx does not work the other way around. She had 2 points versus the Hokies on Sunday, and she's missed all 10 of her free throws this season, but gets her own rebound, and Perez will gather it on the right wing. Shepard guarding her for the Hokies. Good jab step by Perez, sits Shepard down now in the paint as Rice. Give and go action for Boyd, who's fouled laying it up. She missed the shot, and she'll shoot 2 at the line. The foul's going to be on Amor, and that's going to be her first foul of the game.
Boyd standing at 6'2". You would think that she's more of a traditional post player, but she's very athletic. She can cut across the lane and slash and get to the rim, as she did right there.
The sport management major, all ACC freshman last year. She buries her first free throw of the game. She's 79% from the line this season. It's going to be her first point of the game. Second is up, and it's through. Increases the lead to 6, and that's 23-17. 6:50 to go in the second quarter. Shepard checks out, and Deja Green checks in for Virginia Tech. Amor crosses the timeline and the VT at midcourt. Left wing Baines, jab step, trying to drive in on Rice. Kicks out King, top of the key. Amor right wing now. Jab steps herself, hands it off to Gregg, feeds it back. Amor for 3 in the corner, and it's through. 23-20. Amor chops that lead right in half for the Hokies, and NC State now leads 23-20. King on Crutchfield. King's done a good job defensively today. Green now switches on to Crutchfield as they hand it off to Boyd. Driving in, draws a foul. Nope, doesn't. She's traveled down the paint, and it'll be Hokies basketball. 6:14 to go in the second quarter. Defense for the Hokies has been pretty darn good, and NC State's defense matching it as well. Amor crosses the timeline, feeds Baines, doesn't shoot the 3. Feeds King instead, right wing. Back to Baines in the corner for Green for the Hokies. Now Amor top of the key. Brings it over, tries to drive in on Perez. Perez was there. Baines cocks back a 3, and nope, off the rim, rimmed out. And rebounded away by the Wolfpack. Perez wants to push the pace, she does. Tries to blow by Amor, draws a foul, and she'll shoot 2 at the line. That's going to be Amor's second. Amor argues her case. Doesn't matter as Perez will shoot 2 free throws.
And Kayla is going to come back in here, but again, transition opportunities for the Wolfpack. Perez is a guard that's just so explosive, only 5'4", so she can just motor on down the court, and she's caught the Hokies sleeping a couple times as she drew the contact there, head to the line.
She averaged 19.8 points per game at Cal State Fullerton last season. Her first free throw off the mark. Perez now averaging 9.2 points per game for the Wolfpack.
And she was actually the Big West Conference Player of the Year last year, so that was a big-time get as far as the transfer portal goes. Number 5 graduate transfer according to ESPN over this offseason.
Her second, no good either. Kitley rebounds it. A lot of height in for the Hokies. Green and King are the 2 shortest for the Hokies and the only out there that are sub 6 foot. Green top of the key, guarded by Perez, gets a screen from Gregg. Now right wing, and an offensive foul is going to be called on the Hokies.
I think they're going to get Jakia Gregg with an illegal screen, if I'm not mistaken. Couldn't tell, that was an off-the-ball foul.
Jakia Brown Turner checks in for the Wolfpack for Reina Perez. Crossing the timeline from right to left is Kai Crutchfield. She stops at midcourt to direct traffic. Green on her, now right wing. Brown Turner holds that ball high above her head, swings it over, and coming at the top of the key is Crutchfield. Now in the corner, Kayla Jones shoots a 3. It's long. Kayla Jones rebounds, but she stepped out of bounds. Oh, a foul is going to be called. Excuse me, I missed that. As King was shoved on the rebound.
Was that a foul on the Hokies? I think it is.
A lot of confusion out today.
No, they just said
it is going to be on, yeah. And they're going to just call it out of bounds. Woman on the baseline called a foul, but it was switched to just out of bounds. Right wing, Brown Turner working on Kitley in the paint, kicks out to Boyd. She shoots and scores. 18-footer from the right, elbows in, and the lead 25, 24, 52 remaining. Green crosses mid-court. Now top of the key, right wing feeds King. King thought about the three for a second, didn't. Green right corner, pulls up. Greg top of the key, down low. Kitley pump fakes, kicks out. Baines. Now Greg looking to power way in, doesn't, and Baines has it right elbow. Down low to the right block. Kitley turnaround jumper, bounced off the rim a few times and out. Crossing midcourt's Crutchfield for the Wolfpack. Kitley starting out kind of rough.
She's got some good looks, just can't get him to fall.
Hobby backing down. Kitley bullies her way in. Two-pointer is through. Crowd wanted a foul. They don't get it, and it'll be 27-20 Wolfpack lead.
Kenny Brooks was absolutely irate that there was not an offensive foul called, and I think he has a case.
Right wing Baines holds it, now feeds Green top of the key, dribbles a few times on her defender, down low for Kitley. Good ball movement by the Hokies. Baines drives on in. She's hacked, and she'll shoot two at the line herself. Azana Baines, sociology major, transfer from Duke, missed the first 7 games until she got her waiver. That foul is going to trigger an official timeout, and Baines will shoot a pair of free throws when we come back here on 3304 Sports. NC State leads Virginia Tech 27-20. Welcome back into Cassell Coliseum on the campus of Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia. The Hokies hosting the NC State Wolfpack here in some ACC women's basketball action. NC State, number 2 in the country, leads 27-20 through a quarter and a half. 3:51 remaining in the second quarter. At the free throw line for Virginia Tech is Azana Baines. She shoots. She has not attempted a few free throws yet this season, as our first free throw is through, and the lead is trimmed to 6. Baines, the transfer from Duke, missed the first 7 games until she got her waiver, saying that she could play. Second free throw, bottom of the net as well, and the lead is now 5. Both teams' defense has been more than stellar. Kitley and Shepard for the Hokies are combined 0 for 11, the 2 stars, and they still only trail the second-ranked team in the country by 5. Right wing is going to be Crutchfield now for the Wolfpack. Cross-court pass, ball tipped around, and a foul is going to be called on Gregg as she ran into Brown Turner.
Hokies going with a little bit of a zone defense. They did a really good job of rotating, trying to cover every part of that perimeter. NC State swinging the ball around, but on that pass, just kind of lofted up, and Gregg there kind of just ran over the recipient of that pass, so obvious foul call.
Jakia Brown Turner, psychology major from Oxon Hill, Maryland, makes her first. She's averaging 70.4 free throws from the line. She had a career high versus Virginia Tech, 23 points on Sunday. Buries both of them, all ACC freshman team last season. 29-22 as Green crosses midcourt for Virginia Tech. King left wing. Girls in maroon for Virginia Tech. Give and go action. Kitley turnaround jumper, ball bounces off the rim and out. She's 0 for 7 to start the game. Not what you want to see if you're a Virginia Tech fan.
Yeah, some of the shots have been contested, but other ones just bad bounces. I mean, right there, he kind of just bounced off the rim a couple times, couldn't get it to drop. She was so good against NC State on Sunday, but not today.
Crutchfield with a jab step there that had Green lost. She missed her layup, however, and Virginia Tech will look to trim the lead to less than 7. King shoots a 3. It's deep and through. 29-25. King says, hold it, I've got this. And it's now a 4-point lead with 2:43 remaining in the second quarter. Crutchfield,
had 4 3-pointers against NC State Sunday. Now she's got 3. She's shooting very well against the Wolfpack.
Driving on in. A charge is going to be called on Jada Boyd. Drawing that was Baines as Boyd lowered the boom in the paint. Can't do that. As number 0, Michaela Ennis for the Hokies checks in for the first time. Gregg will check out. Michaela Ennis, Ontario, Canada sophomore for Virginia Tech, gets her first action of the game. Green goes left to right, crossing mid-court for the Hokies. Feeds King left wing, who just buried a 3 seconds earlier. pulls up, feeds over to Baines, driving in, spin move, kicks to Kitley, left elbow. Elbow pass back out to Green, pulls up, feeds Kitley, now right elbow. Kitley holds it high above her head, feeds Green, right wing. Green may have gotten away with the travel there. Pulls up a 2-point jumper at the shot clock buzzer, no. Ball tipped around and a shot clock violation is going to be called on Virginia Tech. 2:04 remaining in the second quarter, first half. Virginia Tech trailing the second-ranked NC State Wolfpack 29-25. Virginia Tech led 5-2, and since then the Wolfpack have led. Left wing is Crutchfield, down low for Hobby. Hobby's dominated Kitley in the paint thus far tonight. Didn't get away with the travel there, as she will turn the ball over. Kitley stood tall that time.
7 turnovers now for NC State, pretty uncharacteristic. A lot of these are unforced.
Virginia Tech with only 4 on their end. Left wing, Ennis. Ennis ball fake, feeds over to Green, who now swings over to Baines' right elbow. Pump fakes, drives in, weaves her way, slices and dices, and draws the foul.
Really good move there from, that was on Baines on the drive. Yeah, she kind of just sliced her way, as you said, into that paint, sort of falling away, put that layup, but she got the foul call. I mean, that was a very good play. And she's been very aggressive, I think, attacking the rim in this game. She's drawn herself several free throws.
Baines with 8 points tonight, 2 for 2 on her previous free throws. Nothing but net. She hasn't touched the rim yet with one of those free throws.
It's really nice to see her be aggressive, because she's a player that really hasn't got a ton of action before the last couple of games, but she's really taking advantage of this opportunity.
Misses her fourth free throw of the game. Coming out, Brown Turner draws a foul on the other end, lobs one up. King kind of got caught there in some traffic, and she'll be the culprit of that crime. Going to the free throw line for the second time tonight is Jakia Brown. She was 2 for 2 on her previous attempts. She had 11 points, 12 rebounds in their big-time win over South Carolina earlier in the season. And her career high was achieved versus Virginia Tech on Sunday. Her first free throw off the front, and it will stay at 29-26. She's now 2 for 3 from the line. Dribbles a few times, rolls it around in her hand, puts it up, and it's through. 30-26 is the score. Wolfpack leading Virginia Tech here in Blacksburg. Green over to the left wing. Baines dribbles a few times, picks up her dribble, tries to find King. She doesn't, finds Ennis instead. Ennis drives to the left elbow, feeds Green. Green back over to Baines, thunders down the lane, turnaround jumper, tried to feed Ennis in the paint, she doesn't, and it's going to be out of bounds, a turnover by Virginia Tech.
Just a miscommunication there. Mikhail Ennis, not a player that gets a ton of playing time, so you figure she might be a little bit confused as to where the ball might be going. Maybe a more experienced player could have connected that pass, but just a miscommunication on the pass, and Hokies, obviously you can't afford to turn the ball over. I think they've done a pretty good job of valuing the basketball, but still 5 turnovers in this half. You just got to be able to connect on those passes, and right there, Kenny Brooks putting in some players that aren't used as much, so you figure there might be some growing pains a little bit.
Virginia Tech without their power forward, Asia Jones, for a 3rd straight game now. Left wing is Kayla Jones, feeds into the left corner for Boyd. Boyd jab step, feeds Brown Turner, working on King, and a charge is going to be called on Brown Turner. Just shoved her shoulder right into the chest of King, and it's Hokies basketball with 48 seconds. It's going to be the 8th turnover of the game for NC State. Very uncharacteristic for them this season.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious. Right in front of the official, you can't extend that forearm. That was a pretty obvious push-off.
Deja Green crosses midcourt for Virginia Tech, finds King in the right wing. King picks up her dribble, feeds Baines top of the key. Guarded by Jones, finds Kitley left wing. Kitley still scoreless and 0 for 7 from the field. Drives in, draws a double team, and is going to be called for a travel. She gets herself into trouble there as she still is struggling with that double team.
Yeah, that was a tough call there, because I kind of felt like the travel came concurrent with the foul call. She got double teamed there. I thought the foul caused the travel, but evidently not in the opinion of the officials.
Number 3, Crutchfield has it in the forecourt for the Wolfpack, guarded by Green. 12 on the game clock, 12 on the shot clock, now 10. Working on Green as Crutchfield. ISO basketball at the VT, 5 to go. Crutchfield working on Green. Green's there in the corner. Is up and no good. Jada Rice tested her luck, and it'll be 30-26 at the half. Virginia Tech trailing the second-ranked Wolfpack through 2 quarters, only by 4. You're listening to ACC Women's Basketball here on 3304 Sports. We'll come back to you just a few seconds with some halftime stats and a report, and we'll get you going for the second half after this.
We welcome you back here to Cassell Coliseum at halftime. NC State, the number 2 team in the country, leads Virginia Tech 30-26 at intermission. Going over some stats from that first half, Virginia Tech as a team shooting 33% from the floor, 5 of 13 from behind the arc. NC State a little cold as well in that second quarter, particularly only 3 of 8 from the floor in quarter number 2, but as a team shooting 42% overall, but just 1 of 7 from distance. 7 of 12 at the free throw line for the Wolfpack. Hokies were 3 of 4. In scoring, Virginia Tech was led by 2 players, Azana Baines and Kayla King, both with 9 points each. Wolfpack, meanwhile, led by Camille Hobby, who did a really good job against Elizabeth Kitley. 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting, pretty much all those in the paint. But Nick, when you look at this box score, there's really 2 players you focus in on, Elizabeth Kitley and Asia Shepherd. Really just couldn't get anything going in that first half.
A combined 1 for 12. If you look at that stat and tell Kenny Brooks, hey, at the half, you're only going to be trailing by 4, but your 2 star players are going to be a combined 1 for 12. He would have laughed right at you, especially facing the number 2 team in the country. Camille Hobby stepping in for the missing Alyssa Cunane for the Wolfpack. She's done a fantastic job in the paint. Like you said, 10 points. She also has 6 rebounds, and that also has contributed to NC State's 22-10 rebounding advantage over the Hokies.
Kayla Jones led all players in that first half with 7 rebounds for the Pack. Rana Perez, the point guard, contributed with 4 assists. Wolfpack had 7 as a team. For the Hokies, they were led in rebounding by Elizabeth Kitley and Deasia Gregg, both with 3 apiece, and Georgia Amore chipped in with 2 assists as well. So, Hokies really getting beat in their specialty stats as well. They lost the points in the paint battle 12-8, second chance points 8-2, and fast break points. They did not have a single fast break point in that first half. NC State had 5, and the Wolfpack also had 6 points off the bench. So when you look at it, really, I think the transition opportunities is what's really killing Tech. We know that NC State is a team that likes to get out and run with the basketball.
NC State has 8 turnovers, but hasn't really allowed Virginia Tech to have any fast breaks, like you said. Only about 1 or 2 for Virginia Tech, and they haven't been able to, capitalize on those fast breaks as well. Those 8 turnovers by the Wolfpack have led to Virginia Tech having a bunch of points off of those turnovers, but they still, just like I said, can't get into transition. NC State doing a fantastic job at getting back and stopping Virginia Tech.
Well, we will get you back for the start of the second half in just a few moments here from Cassell. My partner Nick Brown alongside Shelton Moss taking over play-by-play duties for you here on 3304 Sports. Back in just a moment from Cassell Coliseum. Hokies trail the Wolfpack by 4. Back here for the start of the second half here at Cassell Coliseum. NC State with a 30-26 advantage over Virginia Tech as we begin quarter number 3 here in Blacksburg. NC State coming to this game 11-0, 6-0 in the ACC, good for second place. Tech, meanwhile, 7-7 overall and 2-7 in league play. Hokies trying to end a slew of negative streaks today. They're 1-22 in the all-time series against the Wolfpack. They have lost 8 consecutive contests in this series, and they're 0-10 against the Pack here in Blacksburg. Hokies are also looking for their first win over an AP-ranked opponent since back in February of 2019 against Miami. Since then, they're 0-5 against ranked teams. Once again, I'm Shelton Moss. My partner is Nick Brown as we switch over play-by-play duties here for the start of the second half. For head coach Kenny Brooks in his 5th season at the helm of Virginia Tech women's basketball, he will put out the same starting 5 that he started the game with. It'll be Asia Shepherd, Kayla King, Liz Kitley, Georgia Amore, and Azana Baines out onto the court for Virginia Tech wearing those maroon uniforms. And for the Wolfpack, they will go with Rana Perez, Jakia Brown Turner, Camille Hobby, Kayla Jones, and rounding out that 5 lineup for Coach Westmore is Kai Crutchfield. Hokies start with the ball. Desana Baines with it, gives to Amore. Coming around a screen set by Baines. Crossover dribble gives back to Baines rather. Baines back to her point guard. Now Asia Shepherd with it. Crossover dribble gives a feed inside for Kitley. Kitley good looking to pass over the double team. Gets it inside to Baines, but she lost the ball. It was stripped out, and they'll stay with the Hokies.
Good play by Perez to come down low and cut underneath Baines and just tip it on out of bounds.
10 seconds on the shot clock. More inbounds from under her own basket gives to Kitley. Kitley trying to body her way in on Hobby, but she did a nice job of resisting. Now kicks out to Baines. Baines going to drive, spin move in the lane, puts up the runner. It's no good. She left it short. Didn't draw iron, and Jones has the rebound for the Pack. The other way, Raina Perez with it, going strong to the glass, flipped it up off the window and in. In transition goes NC State. 2 more points for Perez.
Perez with 8 on the game, along with her 4 assists. She's looked sharp so far.
Here's Asia Shepherd. Crossover, goes up and flips it in off the glass and in. Falling down, acrobatic shot. She finishes at the rim for her first field goal of the afternoon.
That's Asia Shepherd's first bucket of the night. She had 24 on Sunday. Looked to get the Hokies definitely want her to get going here in the second half.
Hobby dribble handoff to Perez, defended by Amore. Now gives on the left wing for Crutchfield, comes off a screen. Crutchfield gonna slash across the lane, kick out pass to Perez. Perez stops her dribble, now spin around shot, and she's gonna call for steps as she moved that pivot foot, trying to spin in the lane. A turnover for the Pack.
Drew some oohs and ahs from her bench, and if that was in the NBA, that would have been a good bucket. However, here in NCAA basketball, that will be called for a travel 99% of the time.
Asia Shepherd gives to Amore in the corner. Thought about a 3, but decides not to take it. Now delivers a feed to Baines, top of the key. Kick out, Amore 3, left wing, no good. Off the front iron. The rebound by Baines. She throws it up, somehow goes into the hands of Kitley, who puts it in off the glass for the 2.
What a second effort by Baines to go up. She tried to throw it off of a defender to get it out of bounds, but it went through the legs, and Kitley found herself open for 2.
Now dribble handoff to Jakia Brown. Turner just pulls up from a 3. Wing left, no good. And we got a foul on the rebound. It is a foul against the Wolfpack. I think this is Camille Hobby, who had a little hand fighting with Kitley, and she'll get called for the foul. It'll be Hokies ball. And for Hobby, that will be her second personal foul.
She argued against the ref, not really sure. She thought she had the clean box out. Apparently she had Kitley by the arm.
The score is 32-30 in favor of NC State. 8 minutes and counting left here in the third quarter. Now King trying to get the ball to them is the Hokies. Here's Baines, wide open from the left wing. She'll just take a shot from downtown to rims, in and out, no good. But there's King with the offensive board. Now King, a kick out to Baines. She stops her dribble, backs it out. Shepherd, corner 3, bottom. Asia Shepherd is heating up. She's got her first triple of the game, now 5 points.
Asia Shepherd starting to heat up for Virginia Tech, and that's a bad sign if you're NC State. Virginia Tech's first lead since it was 5-4.
The leader in three-pointers made in Division I this season, Asia Shepherd, now with number 55. Here's Jakia Brown Turner going in strong off the window and in, plus the foul, a finish at the rim for Jakia Brown Turner, whose name we did not call a ton of in the second half, but she's starting to assert her presence here in the second half.
Strong take to the rim by Jakia Brown Turner. Foul's going to be on Kayla King. That's going to be her second foul of the game, and it will be the first of the half for the Hokies.
Brown Turner 70% from the charity stripe this season, and she hits the free throw, an old-fashioned three-point play. 35-33, NC State retakes the lead. Asia Shepherd brings the ball over the timeline, 7:14 left here, third quarter. Shepherd going on the left elbow, kicks out Baines, now to Amore, lobs one in for Kitley. Kitley gonna back her way down on Hobby, puts up the jump hook, no good. The fight for the rebound, it is wrestled for, 2 people fighting it, Kitley along with Kayla Jones. It is a jump ball, and it'll stay with the Hokies. No, actually, it'll go to NC State, I beg your pardon, as the possession arrow favors NC State. So that will be a turnover for Tech. Score remains 35-33 in favor of NC State.
Yeah, Kitley still, she has only 2 buckets tonight, 2 of 9, still looking to get going. Her counterpart, Asia Shepherd, though, has started to heat up in the second half.
Perez on the right wing, driving baseline, now stops, kicks out, three-pointer going up and off the mark. No good this time for Camille Hobby. It goes out of bounds. Hokies were unable to secure the rebound as Shepherd could not get a handle on it, and it'll stay with NC State.
Yep, bounced off of Shepard's hip, it looked like, and just bounced out of bounds towards NC State's bench.
Now, NC State, one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. They came in ranked 12th overall in three-point percentage, but today only 1 of 9 from downtown. We'll see if that changes in the upcoming minutes. Here's a pass inside on the block. Camille Hobby somehow gets away with it, but she lost possession of the ball going towards the rim, stripped away by Kayla King. Now Hokies go the other way. It's Amore, dribble handoff for King, gives to Kayla, top of the key. And on the dribble handoff again, a miscommunication there. Ball is loose, taken by King. It goes over the backcourt, but the ball is tipped, so no backcourt violation. And the Hokies, after all that, maintain possession. 12 on the shot clock. Georgia Amore near the midcourt stripe. Denies a screen from Kitley. Now going baseline, kicks out Shepard. Shepard fakes a three. Now step back, three-pointer, no good. Off the back iron, and the rebound to Kayla Jones.
Yeah, Shepard missing her first 3-point of the second half here. There's a nice step back, drew some oohs and ahs. Couldn't get to go.
Kai Crutchfield on the drive, and she runs over Georgia Amore. It is a charge on Crutchfield, and the ball will head the other way.
That's going to be Crutchfield's second of the game, as Amore stood strong in the paint and drew the foul.
Really no one in serious foul trouble for the Wolfpack, but there are 3 players with 2 fouls apiece: Crutchfield, Brown Turner, and Camille Hobby. So something to watch out for here as we are almost halfway through this third quarter. Shepard with the rock in her hands. Now gives to Deasia Gregg, recently checked in. Amore, top of the key, hands off to Shepard. Shepard gets a screen from her partner. Step back. Now gives to Kitley on the block. Kitley spins around, gets double team. Nowhere to go, trying to find some space. A whistle, and what's the call here? We're going to get a whistle, and I think, is that going to be a travel on Kitley? No, that's a 3-second violation. So Hokies turn it over again. It'll go back to the pack.
Yeah, she just picked up her dribble and was swarmed and just never passed it out in time.
Kai Crutchfield delivers a bounce pass to Brown Turner, guarded by King quite tightly. Going to go inside, puts up the runner, tried to go off the window, it was no good, and Kitley there to wrestle away that rebound.
That's going to be Kitley's 4th rebound of the game so far. Still only 4 points in this matchup tonight.
Amore slashing her way across the court, goes into the far corner, sends a pass for Gregg, puts up the shot, and it goes.
Deasia Gregg from downtown for the Hokies, testing her luck. She's 1 of 9 for threes coming into the game, now 2 of 10.
You figure it's got to be a good omen when you got a player that's only hit 1 3-pointer on the season, hit from downtown. Second 3-pointer of the year for Gregg. Hokies lead by 1, 36-35, 4:46 left third quarter. Here's Brown Turner with it, guarded tightly by Amore. Not giving her any room is the point guard from Australia, and she strips the ball away. It's on the ground. She tried to get a pass out to Shepard, but it was taken away by Perez, and she goes in for the layup.
Amore should have just hung on to that. It's jump ball. It's still Hokies basketball. Doesn't matter. She turned it over on her pass from her knees.
Here's Shepard the other way on the right wing. Stops her dribble, gives to Gregg. We have a whistle and a kick ball. I think that's going to be, no, that's a foul on the Wolfpack.
I'm going to call it tripping foul there on number 15, Kendall Moore. You don't see many of those.
Nope. So with that, we will hit the under 5 media timeout. 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in a very fast-paced third quarter. Hokies trail by the slimmest of margins, 37-36 Wolfpack lead. We'll get you back in just a moment here from Cassell Coliseum. You are listening to 3304 Sports. Welcome back here to Cassell Coliseum. NC State with a very slim 37-36 lead over Virginia Tech. 4 minutes and 21 seconds left in quarter number 3. And Nick, talking about this game, we mentioned Camille Hobby's name all first half long. She had 10 points in that first half, but so far in the third quarter, nothing doing for her.
Yeah, I was mistaken at that foul at the last. I said it was on Kendall Moore. It was actually on Camille Hobby. She now has 3 fouls on the game. Like you said, no points here in the second half and no rebounds. 10.6 rebounds is the same stat line she had entering this half. She had her way against Kitley in that first half pretty darn easily in the paint, especially. So far, both girls still struggling here in the second half.
It'll be Jones, Perez, Jada Boyd, Brown Turner, and Crutchfield, the 5 on the court for the Wolfpack. Georgia Amore will inbound the ball for the Hokies under their own basket, 20 on the shot clock. Amore bounce pass in for Shepard, and she puts up a shot. No foul call. Apparently, that ball was all ball deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Hokie. I thought Shepard might have been interfered with, maybe hacked on the arm as she was shooting that jumper from 15.
Yeah, she tried to force that one up and just hands all over her there. She couldn't get one off.
Reyna Perez brings the ball over the timeline for the Wolfpack. Now over to Crutchfield, standing in the right wing, dribbling with that right hand, crosses over, now pulls up from the left wing. No good. The rebound right to Deasia Gregg, who fights for it, trying to fend off a vicious double team from the Wolfpack, and she gets it out to Amore to bring the ball over the timeline. Amore dribble handoff for Shepard. Shepard uses that screen from Gregg. Now kicks out for King. King, who hit 3 triples in that first half, gives back to Shepard. Now a skip pass over to Amore. Puts up a contested 3. It's good! Georgia Amore the triple, and the Hokies are heating up from distance.
Virginia Tech now 8 of 19 from behind the arc compared to NC State's 1 of 10. That is a telltale sign of a close game right now.
Here's Brown Turner on the baseline, swings out a pass inside for Kayla Jones. Goes up, shot was blocked. Looks like King got a hand on it. She gets the ball up to Amore. Now Shepard with it inside. She was looking for Gregg, but the pass was deflected away, and out of bounds it'll stay with the Hokies.
Jada Boyd running the paint and deflecting that one out of bounds. That was good defense, because otherwise that ball got in. Deasia Gregg would have given the Hokies a 4-point lead.
Amore inbounds it to Kitley, and Kitley will return the pass to her. Asia Shepard, top of the key. 3-pointer, rims in and out. That was almost down, but it just bounced off the rim a couple times. Bad luck for Asia Shepard. Crossover dribble the other way, inside pass from Perez to, I think that was Boyd inside. She couldn't get the shot to fall, but she is fouled.
It's going to be on Kayla King, as King leveled her as she went up for the layup there. And it's going to be Kayla King's 3rd foul of the game. She got to start watching it, as Boyd will shoot a pair of free throws. Boyd 2 for 2 on her first free throws of the game from Petersburg, Virginia, all ACC freshman the year last year.
And Boyd hits the first. She is actually much improved at the free throw line this season. About 79% this year. Last year, though, she was only 64%. So she is very much improved from the charity stripe.
She has a daunting task shooting free throws at those inflatables.
Yeah. A nice addition a couple weeks ago into Cassell Coliseum.
She makes both free throws, and we are tied at 39 apiece. Remember, Virginia Tech had a 14-point advantage in the 4th quarter on Sunday over the Wolfpack before NC State went on a monstrous 19-6 run to close out the game.
So Baines will check back in for Kenny Brooks and the Hokies. Here's Shepard driving baseline, bodies her way over a defender, and she's going to get called for the charge as she just ran over Boyd. Pretty obvious offensive foul call there.
Yeah, Shepard, I don't know. Boyd has a few more inches on her, and Shepard, that may have been a little bit of an acting job by Boyd. Nonetheless, Shepard did lower her shoulder.
Perez with the ball in her hands near the Carillion Clinic Court logo. Crosses over, top of the key, now kicks out in the corner, 3-pointer, Crutchfield going up and going in. Left her wide open, and she made the Hokies pay.
If you're a Virginia Tech fan, you knew they weren't going to miss those threes all game long. They're now 2 for 11 from downtown.
42-39 the score in favor of the Wolfpack. Deasia Gregg lofts a pass high-low for Kitley, goes up, in, off the window, plus the foul.
There's the Kitley that all the Hokies know and love. Finally getting a nice bucket there. 6 points on the game. She's 3 for 10, 5 rebounds. As she goes to the line, she shoots a nice 72% from the free throw line.
Elizabeth Kitley, the co-ACC Player of the Week back on January 18th. She has 10 double-doubles this season. That ranks first in the ACC, including 4 straight. She's trying to get 5 straight, but she's got a bit of a ways to go. 6 points and 5 rebounds. She hits the free throw on the continuation, and she now has 7 points on the afternoon. And just like that, we are all tied up at 42-42, just north of 2 minutes left in quarter number 3. Reyna Perez with the rock in her hands in no particular rush as the Wolfpack set up their offense, but the ball's tipped away by Azana Baines, and she will go all the way in for the uncontested layup.
Azana Baines with now 11 points on the game, breaking her season high, which was at 9 when they faced Florida State earlier.
NC State being guarded very tightly. Amore almost tipped that ball away from Perez, causing nearly another turnover. Perez with the ball near that VT logo at midcourt as the Wolfpack work their offense. Perez lofts a pass inside for Jones. She goes up, and she's get called for the traveling call as she moved her foot before she got that shot off. Another turnover for the Wolfpack.
Virginia Tech's defense has been stellar here in the second half, really limiting the inside opportunities for the Wolfpack, forcing them to make jump shots and free throws.
Hokies outscoring NC State 18-12 here in this third quarter. The pass inside for Kitley. She gets it. She has a shot swatted away. I think that was Crutchfield who came in and just knocked that one away. Pretty big size disparity there. That was a nice display of athleticism.
That's a 5'9" player deflected, swatting away a 6'5" player. What a rejection by Crutchfield. That'll go on our highlight film for sure.
It just shows you how quick and athletic this NC State team is across the board. Amore will inbound from the baseline. She gets it into Kitley. Kitley thought about the jumper, but decided better of it. Now gives to Greg, over to Amore. Amore gonna drive right. Now flips inside for Kitley. She lost the ball. It goes out of bounds, and a turnover for the Hokies. Right idea, but just couldn't connect.
Yeah, Kitley trying to catch that Odell Beckham style, and it just went out of bounds. Amore with a little wild of a pass as she tried to whip it around a defender.
Third turnover for Kitley. A minute left here in this third quarter. Hokies lead by 2. Perez kicks out on the wing for Crutchfield, guarded tightly by Baines, and now they go in the corner for Boyd. Gonna drive across the lane. The acrobatic scoop shot is no good, too short, and the rebound goes into the hands of Baines, and she'll get it over to Amore as the Hokies go in transition and will set up their offense. Amore using a screen from Kitley. Now crossover dribble, step back three-pointer going up, no good, but there for the rebound in the corner is Baines. Now Baines over to Greg. They're trying to get the ball into Kitley. NC State does a good job of denying the basketball. Over to Kayla Innes, recently checked in, hands off to Amore. 9 on the shot clock. Amore gonna use a screen, gonna step back, jumper from 15, no good, in and out, and the rebound is tipped up into the air, and a foul called on the ensuing shot. That is gonna be against Kayla Innes, and for Innes, that will be foul number 1 for her, 4th team foul for the Hokies.
Both teams' defense really shutting down the paint in the second half.
17 seconds left in this quarter. The shot clock is off as Kai Crutchfield will deliberately bring the ball over the half-court stripe. Goes over to that far side. Now denies the screen, crossover dribble going inside, off the window, and she gets it to drop plus the foul with 4.2 on the shot clock. An aggressive attack to the rim, and they convert.
Yeah, the NC State bench erupting off of that one. That's the second and 1 of the third quarter for the Wolfpack as Shepard checks in for Ennis. Virginia Tech will have it with 4.2 seconds to go in the third quarter.
That's quite a tough break because you felt like you were going to go into that fourth quarter with a little bit of a lead, but instead, NC State with a chance to take a lead of their own with Crutchfield at the line on the season, 92%. She makes that free throw. Asia Shepard gets the inbounds pass, 2 seconds left. She crosses over, gonna put up a half-court heave. It is well short, and that is where we will go into the final quarter. NC State leading Virginia Tech by the slimmest of margins, 45-44, but Hokies did outscore the Wolfpack 18-15 in that quarter. So we'll get you back in just a moment here for the 4th and final quarter of play here from Cassell Coliseum. NC State up by 1 over Virginia Tech. Back in just a moment here on 3304 Sports. Back here for the start of the 4th quarter at Cassell Coliseum. NC State with a 1-point lead over Virginia Tech, 45-44, as we begin the final 10 minutes of play here in Blacksburg. I'm Shelton Moss alongside Nick Brown here for 3304 Sports. Nick, looking at the box score tonight, we talked about 2 players, Asia Shepard and Liz Kitley, both struggled in the first half, but they're starting to find their groove here in the 3rd and 4th quarters.
They are. Both had 5 points there in the third quarter. Shepard with a 3 and a layup. Kitley had an and 1 and a layup as well. Lead is now trimmed to 1.
Asia Shepard has the ball in her hands at the top of the key, gives off to Baines. Baines going to drive with that left, now back it out, kicks back up to Shepard, top of the circle. Shepard uses a screen from Greg. Now over to the left side, she slips as she was going to the basket, fell on the floor, lost the ball. It's a turnover taken away by Raina Perez. Now over to Crutchfield in the corner. Perez gets the ball, left wing 3, puts it up, puts it in.
Third 3 of the game for NC State, 2nd of the half, and that extends the lead to 4. Not a good start if you're a Hokie fan.
It was just a matter of time. One of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country are the Wolfpack. They're starting to heat up from downtown. Hokies work the ball around the perimeter. Shepard lofts the feed in for Kitley. Baseline jumper from 12. It's good.
There's Kitley's jumper, stroking at home. Now 4 of 12 from the field. 9 points, trying to break that double-digit mark again.
Wolfpack nursing a 2-point lead. Camille Hobby with the ball, guarded by Kitley, top of the key. Now gives to Jada Boyd. Boyd sizing up the defense, stops her dribble right at the free throw line. Bounce pass inside for Hobby. Turnaround jump shot. Can't get it to fall. She left it short. The rebound taken away by Kitley, and she cleans up the glass.
Elizabeth Kitley's 6th rebound of the game, trying to extend her double-double streak.
Shepard passes to King, who's hit 3 triples today, but hasn't done anything here in the second half. The feed inside for Kitley. That little jump hook, it's no good. This time couldn't connect. Maybe put a little bit too much grease into that one. It's off the mark, and the rebound to Jakia Turner going the other way. Brown Turner, driving baseline, puts up a contested jump hook. It's off the mark, out of bounds. It'll go to the Wolfpack.
Oh, weird call by the ref there, as NC State bench has their right to be upset. They thought Baines had tipped it out in the last, but the refs differed with his opinion, and it will be still Hokies basketball. Kayla King, 3 threes in the first half, has not attempted a shot in the second half for Virginia Tech.
Georgia Amore back out onto the court for the homestanding Virginia Tech Hokies, trying to snap this streak of consecutive close losses. 0-6 in games decided by 6 points or less. Here's Amore, puts up the runner with that right hand. It's no good. And there to clean up the board is Perez.
Looked like that ball slipped out of her hand at the last second. It was a little wild and loosey-goosey.
Jakia Brown Turner with the ball in her hands, dribbling with that left as she gets the play call from head coach Wes Moore. Brown Turner stops in the key, now gives out to the left wing, Crutchfield, over to Camille Hobby, baseline jumper. She puts it up contested. It's good over the reach of 6'5" Elizabeth Kitley. That was a tough shot to hit.
Beautiful shot. Her finally first bucket of the second half. She has 12 points, 6 rebounds on the game.
Georgia Amore crossover dribble, sends a chest pass to King. Now swing it to the far corner. It's Baines with it. Baines going to drive baseline. Flips out a pass for Kitley. She receives it. She kicks out Amore. Wide open 3. Top of the key. No good. Too strong. The rebound is out of bounds. Tipped. Last touch by a Wolfpack defender. Couldn't tell, but it'll stay with VT.
Hands all over the place there as that ball was fought for. Amore will now inbound it for the Hokies under her own rim.
Amore gets it into Kitley. She gets the ball back on that dribble handoff. Now to King, top of the key. Contested three-pointer. Long ways away. That's no good. Her first miss from behind the arc this evening for Kayla King.
Yeah, and that was her worst shot selection of the night, as it was deep and her feet weren't set as well.
NC State leads by 4. Crutchfield with it. Gonna put up a fadeaway jumper from 12. That's no good. And Georgia Amore will get the ball. She is fouled on her way towards the other end of the court as she got bumped by a Wolfpack defender.
It's going to be Jakia Brown Turner. That's going to be her 3rd foul of the game. The second Wolfpack with 3 fouls. Camille Hobby is the other, as she absolutely unloaded a hit on Amore, as it kind of looked like a football shoulder hit there. Jakia Brown Turner will check out, and Kayla Jones will check in. Jones with 3 points on the night. She had 22 versus Virginia Tech on Sunday.
6:40 and counting left in this one. Feed inside for Kitley. Fadeaway jumper from 12 feet. It's good. Elizabeth Kitley finally starting to hit those mid-range jump shots.
Kitley finding her touch. She has 11 points and breaks that double-digit mark.
Perez guarded by Amore. As she dribbles near that VT logo. Trying to get it hand off to Crutchfield. Hokies deny the ball. Camille Hobby with it, right wing. They're looking to get that ball inside of Jones. They do. Kick out three-pointer. Jada Boyd puts it up. It's well strong. It's an air ball, and Kitley is there for the board.
NC State uncharacteristically bad shooting threes tonight.
Here's Shepard in transition. The scoop shot off the window and in. 2 more points for Asia Shepard. We are tied.
The most beautiful play of the night you'll see as she puts some English way up into there.
In the corner, Crutchfield with it, gives to Perez on that right wing. Georgia Amore extending her arms, trying to be as big as possible. Perez gets a screen, now guarded by Shepard. Perez going to go inside. The runner with the right hand. It's no good. It's short. The Kitley has the rebound. We've got a foul, a whistle as Kayla King spilled to the floor, and this is going to be on the Hokies.
Oh, yep, it is.
Yeah, that will be on King.
Kayla King, that's going to be her 4th foul of the game. Zana Baines will check in, and yep, she's going to check in for Kayla King, giving her a little break. The shooter had 3 threes in the first half, missed her only attempt in the second half, and she's been in foul trouble all game long.
Yeah, certainly a big loss for the Hokies, as King will have to take a seat on the bench for the time being. Perez to inbound from under her own basket. A whistle, and this is going to be a foul before the inbounds on Virginia Tech. That's going to be, Azana Baines with the infraction.
That's going to be her second foul of the game. Just wouldn't let Jakia Brown Turner get off her screen.
Handoff. Now Perez, she watched with the basketball as she was trying to slash across the lane. She took steps before she had that first dribble, and that'll be a turnover.
That's her 6th turnover of the game. Very uncharacteristic by the 5th-year senior.
Hokies with it. Azana Baines has it right wing, sends a pass for Greg. They work the ball around the perimeter. Now Kayla kick out 3. Shepard puts it up. Can't get it to fall. She hasn't really hit from downtown. The rebound is tipped a couple times and fought for and won by Jakia Brown Turner. Brown Turner going to send a pass up the court for Camille Hobby, who puts it in off the glass and in. 2 points in transition for the Wolfpack. They lead by 2.
Hobby easily the player of the game today for either team. 14 points, 7 rebounds for the center.
Was held scoreless in the third quarter, but she has 4 points now in this final frame. Shepard with it at the free throw line, had her shot rejected. She wasn't really looking for that, and a nice save in by Kai Crutchfield gets the ball into Jakia Brown Turner to save that possession for the Wolfpack. Good hustle play there for Crutchfield. Now Hobby with it over that long reach of Kitley. They give a pass to Perez. Perez crossover dribble guarded by Amor, trying to get some wiggle room. Now she stops a skip pass across court for Kayla Jones. Jones sizing up the defender Greg, now going to back her way, fadeaway jumper from the left elbow, no good, it's off the back iron, and there for the rebound is Azana Baines.
Camille Hobby, I said earlier, has 14 points. That is her career high. Her previous career high was 12 versus Coastal, and a timeout is going to be called by Virginia Tech with 4:20 to go in the fourth quarter.
It is a very intense back-and-forth game here from Cassell Coliseum. NC State with a 2-point lead over the Hokies, 52-50. We'll get you back for the final 4 minutes and 19 seconds of this one here on 3304 Sports. Back here for what should be a very exciting conclusion to this one. NC State leads Virginia Tech 52-50. 4 minutes and 19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Nick Brown alongside myself, Shelton Moss here for 3304 Sports. Nick, this is a situation where the Hokies have been in all season. They've been in pretty much every game this year, but they just haven't been able to close it out, and this is a perfect opportunity to finally get the job done.
Yep, last Sunday seemed to be the breaking point for the Hokies, that they have blown 4 10-plus point leads this season. They did not have a 10-plus point lead today, but they are 6-7 in games decided by less than 6 points. 6 of their 7 losses, excuse me.
Kitley puts up a jumper from the left elbow. It's no good, rims in and out, and the rebound to Hobby. She gets it over to Perez. NC State quickly the other way. Crossover dribble from Crutchfield. Puts up a contested jumper. That's no good. And Kitley cleans up the board.
It's Kitley's 8th rebound of the game there. 11 points along with that. Trying to extend that double-double streak.
Amor gives a dribble handoff to Shepard. 17 on the shot clock. 3:43 on the game clock. Kitley gives it to Greg, top of the circle. Looking for a passing lane. Gets it over to Amor, right wing. Amor crossover dribble, puts up the 3. Right wing, no good, it's too strong. Kitley fighting for the board, but a nice box out there by Camille Hobby as she secures the rebound.
Georgia Amor's step back is deadly. She just hasn't been able to get a lot of those down today. She's 3 for 9 threes. She does have 3 of them, but still only shooting 33%.
52-50 Wolfpack lead. Pass here for Kayla Jones at the Curling Clinic Court logo. Over to Hobby, puts up a contested 2-point jump shot. It's good. Camille Hobby sinks the jumper with 3 minutes and change left here. That is a 2-point jump shot as her foot was inside that 3-point arc. But 2 more points for Camille Hobby.
She is hot tonight. 16 points of 8 of 11 shooting. That's her career high. She also has 9 rebounds to go along with that stat line.
More whips a pass for Greg. Wide open 3-pointer. Wing left. It's no good. Asia Shepard flies in for the board. She can't get the follow to go. It's out of bounds. It'll stay with the Hokies. And Amor and Coach Kenny Brooks are very frustrated. They thought there was a foul call. And with that, Kenny Brooks, well, actually, no, there's going to be official media timeout. So this will be the designated media timeout. But Hokies certainly were looking for a foul there.
Yeah, ball was bouncing all around, and Shepard had it, but she was hacked a few times going up, didn't get it, and then a rebound was just discombobulated by everybody. And yeah, Kenny Brooks definitely has a right to be upset with that call, and still could be Virginia Tech basketball, as they did call the timeout with 2:45 to go, but still would have been a big time play if Virginia Tech could have scored there.
So we have reached the official media timeout. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in this one. Back in just a moment here from Cassell Coliseum. NC State leads Virginia Tech by 4. Back here at Cassell Coliseum, NC State with a 4-point advantage over Virginia Tech. 54-50 the score with 2:45 left here in the fourth quarter. Once again, I'm Shelton Moss alongside my partner in crime, Nick Brown. Hokies trying to close this one out. They're 0-6 in games decided by 6 points or less this season. Facing a very daunting task. They're going to have to come back a little bit against a very good NC State team ranked number 2 in the country. But for the Hokies right now, anything you want to see in this final 2 minutes and 45 seconds?
Knocked down a few threes. They were at one point 8 for 19 three-point shooting. They're now 8 for 26, missing their last 7. You got to stop NC State, and especially Camille Hobby, who has her career high of 16 points. If you can shut her down here in the later moments, get a good chance.
Well, the 5 on the floor right now for Coach Kenny Brooks and the Hokies, it'll be Asia Shepard, Azana Baines, Liz Kelly, Kayla King, who is back in with 4 fouls, by the way, something to watch out, along with Georgia A. Moore. So the original starting 5 on the floor right now for the Hokies, as A. Moore will inbound the ball from under her own basket, gets it into Kitley, now gets the ball back from her big. A. Moore sends a pass for King at the top of the key, now delivers back to A. Moore. They work the ball around the 3-point line. Asia Shepard in the corner, gives to A. Moore using a screen from Baines. A. Moore, fadeaway jumper from 15. It's no good, hits too strong, and the rebounding the basketball is Kayla Jones.
Georgia A. Moore now 0 of 4 from anything inside of that arc. She is 3 of 9 from 3, so 3 of 13 total from the field.
Bounce pass to Jakia Brown Turner. Kayla King comes up to guard her tightly. Send a feed over on that right wing to Perez. Perez thought about a crossover dribble, now backs it out, uses a screen, crosses over again, going inside, puts up a contested runner, no good off the window. The ball is tipped, deflected, out of bounds. Who it'll be? Refs indicate Virginia Tech basketball. Coach Westmore not too happy about it, but it'll go to the Hokies.
Yeah, I got to agree with Coach Moore there, as that was bounced around a little bit, and I thought Kitley tipped it out at the last second.
And it appears that this may go to a review. So
yeah,
we'll see.
It's under 2 minutes now.
Yeah, we'll see if Nick's intuitions were correct. I got to agree with you. I think that ball might have been deflected last off Virginia Tech, but it's very tough to tell. The replay knows all, so they'll go over to the monitor to check that call. 1 minute and 57 seconds left in regulation. Looking at the box score for both teams, really poor shooting on both sides. Wolfpack are 4 of 12 in this quarter. Hokies are 3 of 14. Only 15 combined points in just over 8 minutes of play, so pretty cold shooting for both sides.
Yep, Virginia Tech and NC State really just finding ways to get the ball in the hoop tonight. It's a low-scoring affair. A lot of grit will have to come out here in the final 2 minutes, as they're gonna still whistle at Virginia Tech basketball after looking at the monitor. I'm no expert, but if they looked at the monitor, then you got to go with the call.
Of course, you got to have indisputable evidence to overturn the call, and evidently the refs did not, so it'll stay with the Hokies. That is certainly a huge series of events for Virginia Tech, down by 4. A. Moore brings the ball over the timeline, dribbling with that right hand, guarded by Perez. Looking for someone to get the ball to. She finds Shepard on the left wing. Shepard double team, gets inside for Kitley. Kitley going up. The layup is good off the glass and in. 2 more points for Liz Kitley, and she cuts the lead to 2.
Yeah, beautiful play by Kitley to get that jump hook through. 13 points for her tonight.
6 of 16 from the floor is the Hokies center. NC State with it, Brown Turner being stalked by Kayla King with the ball in a standstill. Now she dribbles, gets out a pass to Crutchfield. Top of the circle, Crutchfield dribbles over, sends a pass in the corner. Now bounce feed inside on the baseline for Jones. Jones going to back her way inside. Fadeaway jumper, no good, too short. And cleaning up the glass is Azana Baines. She gets it out quickly to A. Moore. A. Moore going to push the pace. Now hands off for Shepard. Hokies trailing by 2. Moore gets the ball back from Shepard. 20 on the shot clock. 1 minute left in this contest. Baines with it, top of the key.
Virginia Tech in very familiar territory here.
Here's a 3 from Shepard. It's up and it's good. Asia Shepard gives the Hokies the lead. A critical 3-pointer with 55 seconds left. They lead by 1.
Huge 3 by Asia Shepard to get her second of the game, and Virginia Tech now leads by 1 with less than 50 seconds to go.
Brown Turner uses a screen. They get the ball over to Hobby. Puts up the jumper. It's too strong. The rebound for 1 by Shepard as she went high for the board and came down with it.
Shepard trying to will this team to a victory. Now coming under 30 seconds to go. Virginia Tech basketball.
Kenny Brooks will call a timeout with 19 on the shot clock and 30 on the game clock as he gathers his troops together to a round of applause from the small faithful here in Cassell Coliseum. Nick, you mentioned that a moment ago, Hokies, it was just a matter of hitting their shots. They've got some open looks all quarter, but they just couldn't knock them down except for Asia Shepherd right there.
Yeah, and I have to say that was probably her worst shot selection of the game, as she was smothered by defense there, but she buried it from the left wing. Nothing but net. The mini student section here, the cheerleaders and the Hokie faithful erupted after that one. They really do not want a repeat of what's happened in the previous 6 games that have been decided by less than 6 points, as they are coming in close.
Well, certainly this is an area where Virginia Tech has been so snake-bit all season long. In fact, since the 2017-18 season, the Hokies under Kenny Brooks are just 1-15 in games decided by 5 points or less against ACC foes. So that is the situation we have right now. Can they close out this game? They have the ball with 30 seconds left. You figure it's going to be in the hands of your best player, that's Asia Shepherd.
10 seconds separate that shot clock and game clock, so if they wanted to, they could get that weight down, that shot clock down to nothing. And then at the most, NC State, if they get the rebound, will have 10 seconds. However, if you get an open look, I say you take it no matter what.
Kitley, Shepherd, Baines, Amore, and King, the 5 on the floor for the Hokies. And King will inbound the ball from the sideline right in front of the scorer's table. She gets it into Amore. Amore at the VT logo. Dribbling to her right, gives a pass to Shepherd. Shepherd guarded tightly by Crutchfield, gets a screen, puts it inside for Kitley, gets the pass, goes up, and she is fouled on her way to the hoop.
Great pass inside from Shepherd to Kitley. What a loft inside. Kitley went up strong. She didn't get the layup to go, but she'll have 2 very, very crucial free throws.
And the Hokies have done a much better job with those entry passes to Kitley here in the second half, and she has converted after a very poor start to this game. She's finished very well. Liz Kitley at the line. She is 72% on the season, and she hits the first free throw. That's always critical. 22.3 seconds left in this one. Hokies will set up their defense. Amore and Shepherd behind her, ready to get back and defend. Kitley, her second at the line. Bends her knees, shoots, and she converts. So 2 big free throws for Liz Kitley. And with that, Kenny Brooks will call another timeout here. Now you're starting to feel pretty good, Nick. You just got to play one good defensive possession, and you feel like you can come out here with a win.
Yeah, basically all you got to do is force them to a bad 3-point attempt, because that's all they can really do here. If you do that, you get the rebound, then Virginia Tech walks away with a huge, huge win that could potentially turn around the season for Virginia Tech.
Well, hard to overstate the stakes that are at stake, the things that are at stake in this game. Hokies are 2-7 in the ACC, but they're still fighting. And we talked with Asia Shepherd a couple of days ago. You know, she said that she promised that she would get this season turned around. She's the unquestioned leader of this team. And I know it's been so heartbreaking for her to have so many close losses in her senior season, but you got to figure she's kind of propelling this team to a big win.
Yeah, she buried the 3 to put them up 1. That was the biggest shot of the game. Then got a huge rebound on the following possession, and she soared amongst the trees and got that board. And now her team leads by 3 with 22 seconds to go. If you're NC State here, you get a quick 2, you're still fine. Then you can foul immediately and then force them to make free throws. If you get an open 3, though, you take it without a doubt.
Crutchfield to inbound the basketball to Perez, crossover dribble at the curling clay court logo, and she is fouled. It looked like that was an intentional foul on the part of Amore with 18.3 seconds left. So the Hokies now have 3 team fouls, and for Amore, that will be her fourth personal. So another timeout, this time by Wes Moore, as he will gather his team around. 30-second timeout. Both teams going to head back to their benches and talk strategy here.
Yep, you see the strategy used quite a bit sometimes where if the player gets by you or whatever and you have fouls to give in the later stretches, you just use it right there. Virginia Tech still has 1 more to give, and then if they have foul 2 more times, then free throws will ensue for the Wolfpack. So if the player gets by you, you might want to just turn around and hack them, and force them to inbound it again and waste a few seconds. Obviously, that play wasted a good 2 seconds. So NC State will inbound same place, and they'll have to reset their whole offense once again.
18.3 seconds remain in regulation. NC State inbounds the ball from the sideline. They get it into Perez. Watched tightly by Amore. Perez sends a pass on the right wing for Jakia Brown-Turner. Brown-Turner guarded tightly by Brown, puts up the shot. Is a whistle before the shot. And what's the call here? We've got another timeout. I think that came before the shot. That's an interesting decision there from Wes Moore, calling a timeout in the midst of your player shooting a three.
Yeah, that was, I mean, for him at least, the shot didn't go in. If she makes that, you really regret it, but good defense by the Hokies to force him to use that timeout, as Virginia Tech's defense, especially on the perimeter, was smothering the defenders, and especially Jakia Brown Turner.
Yeah, so the Hokies can commit one more foul, and then after that, NC State will be shooting free throws for the rest of regulation. So we'll see if they utilize that in this upcoming defensive possession.
Now, whatever you do, if you're Virginia Tech, do not foul in the motion of shooting, especially a three-point. You know, if you're NC State, you're going to be looking for that. You try maybe draw contact, jump into them a little. But if you're Virginia Tech and they let one fly, just put your hand up. Don't jump at all, because you don't want to risk drawing that foul.
Yeah, certainly very important to be disciplined on those closeouts. Mm-hmm. You figure if they get a good look at three, just let them have it and hope it doesn't go in. Again, Hokies lead 57-54. They are trying to break a 7-game losing streak against the Wolfpack, who lead this series 22-1 all time. It's been such a nail-biting series so far for VT.
The one Hokie win for Virginia Tech was a last-second shot in the ACC tournament in 2014 and 15. Hannah Young drilled the corner three to give Virginia Tech a 57-56 victory against the Wolfpack in the first round of the ACC tournament. You're looking at that score dead in the eyes right now if NC State gets a layup or whatever right now.
It'll be Crutchfield to inbound, and look at that, we've got another timeout. So we'll just keep talking here for you. Mm-hmm. I wanted to mention though, Virginia Tech has never beaten NC State in Blacksburg. You mentioned that one win that was in Greensboro in the ACC tournament about 6 years ago. So certainly, I mean, look, you're 2-7 in the ACC. You're currently in 12th place. Things haven't gone your way this season, but you just feel like, Nick, if you can come out with a win, find a way to grit this one out against a very good team, that's got to be a big confidence boost the rest of the way.
Yeah, this Virginia Tech 7-7 on the season. You figure that with this win, you can propel them to turning around the season, and hopefully, if you're a Hokie fan, into the ACC tournament, get a few wins there, and then hopefully a bid into the ACC tournament, or NCAA tournament, my bad.
So believe it or not, both teams actually have one timeout left. It feels like we've had a timeout fest these last couple minutes here. 11 seconds on the game clock. Shot clock is off. Crutchfield to inbound over the reach of Asia Shepard, guarding the inbounds pass to get into Perez. Perez finds Brown Turner. Brown Turner going to go baseline over King. Stops her dribble on the baseline, kicks out for Perez again. Going to go at the left wing. She lost the ball for a second. Camille Hobby at the buzzer. It's good! Camille Hobby ties the game with a three at the buzzer. 57-all, and we will go to overtime. An absolute backbreaker for the Hokies.
The career night continues for Camille Hobby with the clutchest shot of her career. She had a career high entering the game of 12. She now has 19, and her first three of the game is buried from downtown at the horn. And 57-all, we are entering some overtime action here in Cassell Coliseum.
Well, you thought we were done tonight. That was not the case. We are going to get 5 more minutes of basketball at least. 57-all heading into the overtime period. Back in just a moment here from Cassell Coliseum, NC State and Virginia Tech going head-to-head here on 3304 Sports. Back here at Cassell Coliseum for the start of the overtime period, as Camille Hobby hit an absolute dagger of a shot to send this game into extra time. And we're just mentioning, this will be the first overtime game I've called so far, perhaps my first buzzer beater. So we get 5 more minutes of basketball. Nick, a pretty crazy shot, but hey, you can't ask for much more. This has been a pretty amazing game.
Yeah, Virginia Tech's defense was pretty darn good on that last possession. You thought as Kayla Jones fell over Perez there on the left wing, she just kind of passed it over to Camille Hobby for a last-second prayer, and Hobby just drains it, nothing but net at the horn, and sent the NC State bench into a frenzy. We got 5 more minutes of free basketball. We paid our rent, and we're here for an extra few minutes.
Inner Sandman is blaring throughout Cassell Coliseum. Kitley and Hobby to jump it off at center court. The tip is up, and it is won by the Hokies into the hands of Georgia A. Moore. Gives a pass to Shepard on the left wing, sizing up Crutchfield. A double team, tries to get a pass out to Baines, but it was tipped and deflected and out of bounds. It'll stay with VT.
NC State really hedging hard around those screens there and really challenging the ball handler to get it out of her hands immediately after that screen.
Baines has it, right wing, gives to Shepard, top of the key, works around a screen, gonna pull up from distance. She's got it. Asia Shepard, the hot hand from downtown. 3 more points for her second triple of the game.
She hits 2 threes, 1 near the end of the fourth quarter, 1 now. She had 1 in the third quarter as well, 3 total, 13 points for the senior, trying to will her team to a victory.
Hokies lead it by 3. Now Kayla Jones backing her way down on Baines, puts up a wild shot, that turnaround jump hook. It was well off the mark, but in the process of defending, Azana Baines commits a foul, and Jones will head to the line.
Yep, Kayla Jones on the game. She has not shot some free throws today. She had 11 rebounds, 11, only 3 points. She had 22 versus Virginia Tech on Sunday. She has 3 double-doubles on the year. She had 5 last year as a junior. She's not going to get that tonight unless she explodes here in the overtime period.
At the line, Jones on the year, 71%. NC State as a team, pretty solid overall at the charity stripe, as the first one is good. 72% as a team are the Wolfpack. The lead is trimmed to 2.
Virginia Tech shooting, NC State 12 of 17 from the free throw line. It's 12 of 18 now. Virginia Tech 6 of 7, shooting much better from that line.
Second shot glanced off the back iron and rebounded by Kitley. Amore has it for the Hokies, now to Shepard. The point guard from Australia, Amore, gets the ball back, lofts a high pass for Kitley on that right elbow. Now to Shepard, gets a screen from her partner in crime. Kitley, baseline jumper from 12. It's good. Liz Kitley, open shot, and she drains it.
That duo is dangerous, as Kitley breaking it open since the second half. She had 2 in the first, 15 now, including her 2 points in overtime, 17 total in the game.
Tech's 2 best players, Kitley and Shepard, really starting to shine here in this crunch time. Brown Turner, stalked tightly by King, now backs her way down, going in the paint, puts up a runner, rolls around the rim, and it drops. Nice shot there from Brown Turner.
That was a beautiful play by Jakia Brown Turner. Career high 23 on Sunday versus the same Hokie squad. Tonight, she's got 10.
Georgia Amore calling out the set play, gives to Shepard, go inside, Kitley double team, lost one the opposite side on the right block for Azana Baines, backing her way down. Baines goes up strong, and she finishes, plus the foul. Azana Baines, a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play.
Azana Baines, 11 points, now 13. She had 11 in the regulation, 9 in the first half. Absolutely having a great game tonight. It's her season high. She had 9 versus Florida State earlier this season, now 14 as she makes the free throw.
And she is Tech's second leading scorer behind Kitley with 14 points. She was actually the leading scorer for most of the day, but Kitley's come on strong. You would have thought Azana Baines sort of carrying the Hokies offensively. Brown Turner driving aggressively towards the rim, and she is bumped on her way to the hoop. This one looks like it will go against Amore, and that's going to be her 5th. So Amore is done for the night. That's a big loss for VT.
Yep, Amore, who led the charge on offense as the point guard. She had 9 points today on 3 threes. Checking in will be Deja Green, who had some limited action in the first half, none in the second half, but that's a tough blow for the Hokies.
It's interesting to see how they handle the point guard duties for Coach Kenny Brooks. First free throw is no good from Brown Turner. NC State now 12 of 19 from the charity stripe.
Jakia Brown Turner, 70% from the free throw line. All ACC freshman last year.
Second free throw rims in and out, so it'll stay a 5-point lead for Tech, 65-60. 3 minutes left here in overtime. Shepard brings the ball across the half-court stripe, driving baseline now. She kicks out to King. Top of the key, it's Baines. Baines looking for someone to give the ball to. She hands off to Shepard. Shepard guarded by Crutchfield. They swing the ball right wing. Bounce pass inside Kitley. They go down low. Baines bobbles the ball momentarily. Tries to go up strong. No. Rebound by Kitley. Kitley double team goes up. No. She is stripped. No foul call. And the Hokies are irate. They thought there was a foul. Brown Turner drives the other way to Crutchfield. They go inside for Camille Hobby. Puts up a shot off the window. It's no good. And Kitley there for the board.
That's Kitley's 11th rebound of the game right there. 17 points, 11 rebounds, extending that double-double streak. 11 total on the season, leading the ACC in double-doubles this year.
Shepard, step back, didn't take the shot, gives over a dangerous pass across court to Innes. She manages to corral the feed. Baines calls out Shepard, gives the ball to her, and Hokies will set up. 7 seconds on the shot clock, 2:05 on the game clock. Shepard gonna drive, attacking, and she draws a contact as she put her head down and got towards the rim. She is so good at drawing those fouls, and she will head to the line.
Yep, hasn't shot any free throws yet tonight on the season. Asia Shepard shooting a solid 84 from the line. Career high 32 points, season high this season versus Notre Dame, 29 points in that big-time comeback attempt a few weeks ago. She's got 13 on the game tonight, 3 rebounds, all of them coming in the second half or overtime.
First free throw from Shepard rims in and out. She couldn't get it to drop, and she is certainly frustrated with herself. Again, a 5-point lead for the Hokies, 2:04 left in overtime. Shepard with her second at the line, and she makes a correction and sinks the second free throw. So now a 6-point lead, 2 possessions. Hokies lead it. Perez brings the ball over the half-court stripe over to Kayla Jones, and she'll just wait for that set play by Wes Moore. Jones going to step back over Kitley. The jumper is no good. It's too strong. Off the back iron, and flying in for the rebound is Michaela Innes.
Yeah, great rebound there for the Hokies, and coming across the court, Shepard having an excellent second half and overtime period, and Virginia Tech's defense has been unbelievable here in overtime.
Baines, top of the circle. She'll give the ball to Deja Green, and Green hands back to Shepard. Hokies trying to milk this clock out. 7 on the shot clock. Shepard, fadeaway 3, left wing, puts it up, puts it in! The dagger from Asia Shepard, and the Hokies go up by 9 as she's mobbed by her teammates at center court. She is hyped up. Asia Shepard now with 17 points on 6 of 17 shooting, leading the Hokies to a 9-point lead.
17 points for the star senior guard. You saw it in regulation. She hit a 3, had a huge rebound, trying to will her team to a win in regulation, then comes into overtime, hits 2 threes and a free throw, and she is pumped up, and so are the Hokies with 1:22 to go. That might be the nail in the coffin as they lead by 9.
Certainly the Hokies have had their scares this season. They blew a 12-point lead against NC State back on Sunday, but this time 9-point lead with 1:22 left. You figure you just got to play a couple good defense, maybe get 1 or 2 stops, and you can kind of come out of here with a big win.
Yeah, that would be a crucial win for Virginia Tech. That buzzer beater at the end of regulation by Camille Hobby looked like that could be a backbreaker for Virginia Tech. You know, Virginia Tech having all the momentum and that big-time lead, and then, boom, you hit that buzzer beater to force overtime. You think Virginia Tech, might sink down and be upset, but man, guns blazing in the overtime period, outscoring the Wolfpack 12-3, especially from behind the arc. Yeah,
this is currently the largest lead the Hokies have taken in this game. NC State's biggest lead was 7 back in the second quarter. And really, you look at Sunday's game, it was kind of up and down. First quarter and third quarter, Hokies dominated. Then second and fourth quarter, NC State won those pretty big. But in this one, it's been consistent throughout. I mean, it's really been so even between the two teams. No one's really gained a ton of separation, but now the Hokies are finally starting to pull away, and Asia Shepard, of course, leading the charge.
Yep. 17 points, none in the first half. She was 0 for 5 in the first half. Comes out in the second half and overtime and just flips a switch. And the senior guard really just trying to lead her team to a huge win to turn around the season.
Yeah, and when you look at the first half, Nick, you felt kind of good if you're a Hokies fan because you were only down by 4, even though Kitley and Shepard, your 2 best players, just could not hit anything from the floor, but you were still in the game. And, of course, you got to give credit also in the second half to Liz Kitley doing so much work inside.
Yep, Elizabeth Kitley now with 11 rebounds, 17 points. She had 2 in the first half. Kitley now with 15 in the second half and overtime. Really turning it on as well along with Shepard, and she extends her double-double streak and has now 11 on the season.
Asia Shepard has really taken the ball into her own hands for the Hokies. Over the past 2 games, she's attempted 49 field goals and 34 three-point attempts. So, she's struggled a bit efficiency-wise in that stretch, but she's really the go-to scorer for this Virginia Tech team, and she's finally turning things on here in this second half. The Division I leader currently in three-pointers made, Asia Shepard, now with 58 on the season. But some work for the Hokies to do now defensively as both teams are back out onto the court. 1 minute and 22 seconds left here in overtime. Hokies lead it by 9. Perez with the ball in her hands, dribbling with her right, hands off for Brown Turner on the right wing. Brown Turner gets a screen, driving baseline, and she will go up and in for the layup, cut it to 7.
That was easy layup right there.
Asia Shepard now quickly the other way, and she is fouled in transition as Crutchfield is called for a reach. So it would appear as though Coach Moore and the Wolfpack are going to start to play the foul game with 1 minute and 7 left. figures that's the position you put yourselves in when you're down by 3 possession with only a minute left. Have no choice really but to foul. Now the Hokies just have to hit their free throws, as Shepherd does on the first attempt.
Yep, extending that lead up to 8. Still a 3-possession game. Another one here, like earlier, could be a nail in the coffin.
Second one for Shepherd is good. Hokies 71% from the line as a team, about middle of the pack nationally. Lead back to 9. Here's Perez, crossover dribble at the right elbow, gives over to Brown Turner. Brown Turner puts up a triple, and she has it.
That's a big, big 3 by Brown Turner to cut the lead down to 6. 1 minute exactly to go. Timeout's going to be called by Virginia Tech. Brown Turner from downtown there putting it in. That was huge. She has 15 on the night. 1 of 3 from three-point arc tonight. She missed one earlier to try to force overtime in regulation. And then Camille Hobby obviously hit the eventual game-tying one. But that's a big one. That cuts the lead down to 6, and all of a sudden it's a ball game.
Right, and we talked about it before. NC State, one of the best teams from behind the arc in the country this season. We saw it last game where you had Kai Crutchfield hit 2 critical three-pointers in that 11-0 stretch in the game against NC State on Sunday. So this is a team, NC State, that because of their three-point shooting ability, they're really never out of a game. We saw that Sunday, and again, this game not over, only a 6-point lead.
Yep, never count the Wolfpacks out. Westmore, an excellent head coach, has 26-20 win seasons out of 31 seasons. He knows what he's doing, and never count his teams out.
Kitley inbounds the ball, bounce pass to Kayla King. Hokies have it in their own court. They are fouled. Shepherd is fouled as she's grabbed by Brown Turner. 56.3 on the game clock. So really this is the time of the game where you expect things to sort of slow down here as the Hokies lead by 6. And it's just a matter of hitting your shots at the line. Shepherd goes back to the charity stripe. She is 3 of 4 on the evening. As she dribbles and releases, she hits the first.
And that's the big one right there to extend the lead to 7. Now it's a 3-possession game.
So the 5 on the court now for the Hokies. Shepherd, King, Deja Green, Liz Kitley, and Azana Baines, as Shepherd's second free throw is also good. The lead is 8. Perez going to work around Kitley, using that forearm for some clearance. Gives over to Jones. Jones going in to the rim, and she is fouled, plus the contact, and she hits at the layup. She gets it to fall, and she will head to the line. That's a poor decision there from Liz Kitley. You just got to let that go.
Yeah, let Jones go by her easily and then just hacked her when she went up. That's going to be her second foul of the game, and she makes this free throw here. All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game, and NC State back in it.
The free throw is good, and the lead is cut to 5. 45.3 left. Kitley will inbound the ball. She's got to get it to someone. She does. Shepherd gets it, and she's fouled again. So I figure at this point for the Hokies, they'll take those fouls because Amy Shepherd very good at the free throw line. Yeah, 84% entering the game. She's 5 of 6 tonight. She'll have 2 more attempts. But I mean, again, it's still not over, as that and one was huge for NC State. It's still a 5-point game. If Shepherd misses one of these, then NC State comes down, hits a 3, then boom, it's a 3-point game. Looks like
got some commotion.
Yeah, Westmore trying to figure out his substitution patterns. He will make another sub. It's going to be Hobby to check back in, and Crutchfield will take a seat on the bench.
Yeah, and
yeah, that was actually the 5th foul on Crutchfield, so she is now disqualified. And there's also a technical foul on the Wolfpack. So NC State certainly not doing themselves any favors here.
Yeah, not really sure. I guess was it substitution?
I think it might have been Westmore who was upset with the officials.
Yeah, that was an odd and ill-advised time for that if you're Westmore trying to get his guy in. Asia Shepherd will now shoot a free throw for the technical.
And she hits. Really, when you consider how small this crowd is and the fact that Shepherd is alone at the line, this is almost like free throw practice in an empty gym.
Second of the 2 technical fouls, or free throw shots. It's in. And it's a 7-point game, and Shepherd will also have 2 more shots because of the foul earlier committed. And if she buries both of them, then 9-point game. You could say it's good night.
Yeah, so these 2 are technically the technical free throw shots. The first 2 were after the foul, and she hits the third free throw shot. So 43.8 left. Hokies just trying to close this one out. They've played so well in this overtime period. The fourth free throw from Shepherd bounces off the front rim, no good. So NC State will have the ball back, trailing by 8. No, actually, Tech gets the ball back. I beg your pardon, because there was a technical foul.
Yep.
So they will receive the ball back. Asia Shepherd is fouled again. So really, I mean, when you look at it, that mistake there by Westmore getting called for the tee, that could be hugely consequential in this game because you essentially just give Tech potentially 4 free points at the line.
Yep, exactly. As Shepherd, 24 points before these 2 free throws she's about to shoot. All of them in the second half and overtime period. She buries the first 25 now in the game. She's 9 of 11, shooting free throws just at her season average of 84%.
And it's pretty remarkable when you consider the fact that she did not score at all in the first half. But thanks to good shooting and, of course, free throws, she's got now 25 on the evening.
Smiling while making that last free throw.
Perez the other way for NC State. She just flips it in off the window. It's good, plus the foul. Again, Hokies keep fouling, and I feel like you just got to let them have it at this point, but they're keeping NC State in this game.
Shepherd upset with the call. She didn't think that it was a foul. If you're Shepherd, you kind of just want to stay quiet. You don't want to risk a technical at all right now. And Perez will shoot a free throw at the line.
Perez shoots and knocks it down. So lead cut to 7, and checking in for NC State. It looks like it's going to be
timeout, Virginia Tech.
Yeah, timeout for the Hokies, and at the next dead ball, it'll be Dontavia Wagner, a frequently used guard freshman out of Nashville, Tennessee, to check in. So really, you're seeing Westmore have to go deeper on his bench because they're just in so much foul trouble. They don't have enough players to play.
Yep, it'll be her first action of the night. The freshman from Nashville, Tennessee. She was Miss Tennessee in Division II in 2019 high school, 4-star recruit. She didn't play last time these 2 teams met on Sunday. She'll get her first action tonight in overtime.
Looking at some of the key stats from this game as both teams head back out onto the court. NC State uncharacteristically 5 of 16 from distance. They're usually a very good 3-point shooting team. Hokies inbounded to King, and she will be fouled immediately upon receiving the pass. 35.2 left in regulation.
Kayla King, a nice 73% free throw shooter. Her career high was earlier this season against Pitt with 29 points. She also won 2 state championships with her high school teammate Elizabeth Kitley, and now college teammate. Both came in the same class, both sophomores. A lot of chemistry between those 2.
Certainly so. And looks like Deasia Gregg's going to, well, no, she went to the scores table for a moment, and she's going to go back to her seat on the bench, the socially distanced bench. King's first free throw is no good, too strong. So it'll stay a 7-point advantage. Tech has 4 players back. They are ready to defend. Second free throw is good for King. Perez with the ball, quickly the other way, 33 and counting. Goes to the right wing, dribble handoff for Crutchfield, puts up a 3-pointer. No good, off the back iron. Shepherd flies in for the rebound, and she is fouled. And right now for the Hokies, you got to be feeling pretty good. Up by 8 points, headed back to the line. They just got to seal this one out at the free throw line.
Yep, Asia Shepherd again, 10 of 12 from the free throw line tonight. Just got to keep on putting them up, just like in practice.
You just got to figure if the Hokies can close this one out, it would be such a good feeling for Coach Kenny Brooks and everyone on this team. They've worked so hard this season, but they've just come up short every single time. Or so it has felt. First free throw good. Hokies now at 80 points. That's sort of a magic number.
23 points and now 24 in the overtime period. Pretty remarkable if you think about it. A lot of them, though, come from the free throw line, especially in this final minute.
NC State gets the ball over the timeline under 20 seconds left. Perez, a pass for Jones, puts up a triple. It's no good. And the rebound tip deflected, gathered by Jones. I think she got her own rebound, now puts up a contested 3. That's no good. The rebound is tipped to Perez, swatted away momentarily. Hokies have it, and they can run this one out. That is going to be the ball game. As Azana Baines lays it up at the buzzer, it is elementary at this point. The Hokies with a huge victory over NC State. 83-71 is the final as they mob their teammates. Asia Shepard, the star of the game for the Hokies. She did not score at all in the first half. She came back with 28 points in the second half and regulation. The Hokies get a much needed win. And Nick, when you look at this game, obviously that three-pointer from Camille Hobby at the end of regulation was a backbreaker, but you have to admire the mental fortitude and stick-to-itiveness of the Hokies tonight.
Yeah, especially coming in with everybody talking about how you blow leads and how you lose the close games. You think you have it wrapped up in regulation, then a big-time three by Camille Hobby at the horn to send it to overtime. But how about the Hokies? 26 points in the overtime period, outscoring the Wolfpack by 12 as Baines had a buzzer-beater layup to have a nice little cherry on top.
Now there's a lot of players for the Hokies we could focus on as the start of the game. I would think the number one option would be Asia Shepard, obviously 28 points, but hey, you really got contributions from all throughout the lineup, especially from Liz Kitley, Azana Baines. It was really a team effort tonight.
Yeah, Azana Baines, I thought in the first half looked like player of the game overall. She had 9 points in the first half and was really just keeping the Hokies in the game by herself in the first half, and then coming alive, especially in the fourth quarter, with Shepard and Kitley doing what they normally do. 17 points for Kitley, 11 rebounds, extends that double-double lead, and Virginia Tech will walk out with a huge and historic win.
Well, with this win, a couple things happen. First, Virginia Tech snaps a 7-game losing streak to NC State. They get their first win over the Wolfpack in Blacksburg in program history. With the win, Virginia Tech improves to 8-7 overall, 3-7 in the ACC, while the Wolfpack suffered their first loss of the year, now 11-1 and 6-1 in conference play. So a huge win for head coach Henny Brooks and the Virginia Tech women's basketball program. Hokies will next be in action on January 31st, that is this Sunday at 4 p.m. right here in Blacksburg at Cassell Coliseum as they take on the Tar Heels. So, for my partner Nick Brown, I'm Shelton Moss. We want to thank you all for tuning in with us here on 3304 Sports. Once again, the final score, Virginia Tech 83, NC State 71. Hokies take down the Wolfpack in overtime. So long for 3304 Sports.